Welcome back to Chester Racecourse for the British Matchplay Championship. A little bit of rain, but it doesn't dampen the spirits. We've got some hot competition to come with some of the very best riders in the country going head-to-head. The likes of Ellen Whittaker, Tim Stockdale in there, Robert Smith. They'll all be going together in what is a very different format.
It's actually very apt. We're on a race course, and if you like, that's what it is. It's racing each other, singular competitors, mirror courses. That means to say 2 courses set in 1 arena, and you've got to race your opponent and beat him and therefore knock him out.
Well, it's a very simple competition. 2 seconds added for a pole down, but is there a plan?
No, I mean, there is a bit of a strategy. You know, you try to keep your eye on your other competitor. You don't want to go too stupid and have a fence down, then hand it to him. But on the other hand, you just want to try and put the turns in there, so you're always in ahead. And so they can catch you out the corner of their eye and then panic a little bit. So, yeah, the idea is nice tight turns, get really on the gas early, and then just keep an eye on him. And if he has a fence down, make sure you're within 2 seconds.
Tim Stockdale, he was up against Shane Breen, just keeping his eye on him. But sadly, it was Shane Breen that got ahead of him. So Tim Stockdale out. Shane Breen goes through to the next round. It's as simple as that. Some great names in the competition. Ellen Whittaker, 2 ladies against each other, against Vicky Tulloch. But Ellen problems means that Vicky went through. Robert Smith against Guy Williams, 2 of the best in the business against the clock. Got so close, but Robert had a fence down to the last for Guy to go through. Laura Renwick, a real flyer as well, against local man Robert Bevis. They came down to a real head-to-head, but it was Laura Renwick that goes through to the next round. And it was 2 of the best in the business against the clock that went head-to-head in the quarterfinals. Guy Williams against Jeff Luckett, and both of them off to a flyer. Jeff Luckett with a fence down meant he was 2 seconds behind coming down the final run. Then Guy has one down, Jeff has one down. Guy jumps the last, Jeff has another down, so Guy goes through to the next round.
Getting all set up for the start then of the semi-final. It's the start that's all important. Do they have a rolling start? Do they have a standing start? Well, we've got 4 of the very best against each other. It's Vicky Tulloch with Solitaire. She's been knocking on the door all the way throughout the last few weeks, especially in the Stairway Series, against Laura Renwick. She's been absolutely flying out abroad in Portugal, won some 25 classes there. Then a real match between Shane Breen and Guy Williams, 2 previous winners of the Speed Derby, going head-to-head.
Well, a tremendous showdown building towards the final. Combinations that barely you could put a piece of paper between them, and I'm sure in the betting there'll be very short prices. So it's Shane Breen away against Guy Williams, head-to-head, both winners of the Speed Derby before now. Shane setting the fastest ever time a couple of seasons ago, and then his brother this season coming out and making that one even shorter still. Guy on his side, both of them clear at the moment, coming down the final line. It's Guy that is just a touch behind Shane over the last, and Shane Breen that goes through. It's the Irish that beat the British in the semi-finals. Through goes Shane Breen. Then in the other semi-final, it's the 2 ladies against each other. Laura Renwick against Vicky Tulloch. Again, 2 that can turn up the pace. Vicky with a fence down there puts her a little behind the round of Laura Renwick. So Laura knows she's 2 seconds ahead, coming down to the run of hers. Over 4, then the run for home from our 2 ladies against each other. Vicky Tulloch just gets ahead coming into the final finish. She gets ahead, but she's 2 seconds behind. So it's Laura Renwick goes through. She leaves up all the fences. And it sets up a real thriller of a final for our crowd, with the 2 going head-to-head. Shane Breen, Laura Renwick are way out of the start. Absolute flyers from them. 2 of the fastest in the business. Shane, well, he'll make it up on the turns. He's very good on the turns. Laura will have the foot to the gas all the way. It looks like Shane's slightly ahead over the 4th. They're coming for the run for home. Just into that final finish. Shane still ahead at the moment. Laura need to fly all the way to the line. It's Shane Breen that takes the British Matchplay Championship. Laura Renwick finishes in 2nd.
Well, Shane Breen, winner of the British Matchplay, congratulations. A tough opponent in the finish.
Very tough, very tough. And Guy Williams was extremely tough as well. All the way, all the way. But he jumped fantastic.
This is only my third knockout I've ever done, and I must say my record's not been great. I was knocked out here last year in the first round, and I did one in Portugal, and I was knocked out in the second round, so I'm actually quite thrilled to get this far. But I'm still a bit annoyed I didn't win.
You're usually very good at speed classes. What's different about the knockout?
I don't know. John always says to me, make sure you don't look at the other one, just do your own thing. But I think you just can't help yourself sometimes, and suddenly you see them just edging up on you, and you just think you try and do something a little bit different, which perhaps you shouldn't. So I need blinkers on. I think my horse is fine. It's just me.
Well, the man that was totally focused on the finish was Shane Breen. Alan Gledhill of National Friendly coming forward to present. Congratulations, the winner, Shane Breen. A good few £1,000s the richer now. That class, a £10,000 prize fund. And in second, Laura Renwick.